Oh, ladies and gents, LTBR Daily, we back. Too Mean to Stream. You know this is the podcast exclusive. You are not going to get this live on the air on caffeine. This is only for our hardcore degenerates. France and Cece, what up, y'all? What slop are we getting into this morning?
Man, what's good? I'm just trying to, get through this week.
We're almost there. Thursday.
Our first week's in the books, so
yes, sir.
That's pretty dope. But yesterday we got some interesting news on the timeline. We're gonna talk about it on caffeine, but you gotta be careful the way you talk about these things. So this is a little Too Mean to Stream. The Sweet 16 got revealed by Queen of the Ring. Just a bunch of names, no dates.
Yeah.
No location, no platform, really.
Yeah.
I don't like events being announced without details. It makes me feel like the details don't exist yet.
It's very ambiguous. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly right now, but it's very vague, no pun intended. And like you said, I'm not sure when this is happening, if they're trying to just bring this to fruition, like, or contract signed, do the
yet?
Right? Is there a bracket? Like, what's happening?
Are we positive that? Yeah. Go ahead, FCC.
Oh, I was just gonna say me. Like, I don't allow nobody to put me on no flyer unless I get the deposit.
That's what I was just about to say. You said I love that we're all on the same page. That lets me know the chemistry is real.
That's that Detroit. Where my bag at?
I was about to say, like, are these
my money?
Can we confirm that all these girls are like officially on this card? I mean, on
do
this
all the
tournament?
girls even know they're on the flyer? Like, did they just find out on Twitter?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like this was like a big You know what I'm saying?
You know what really is a big red flag to me? The level of competition in the tournament. Now I get it. There's not going to be 16 top tier ladies that are going to. I don't even think there's 16 top tier ladies to begin with, right? Maybe there's 10, 12, maybe 14 if you stretch it, but a full 16, maybe not, right? But you got like 2 out of the top 5 greatest female battle rappers ever on this, right? E Hard and 40, and then you got some rookies. Like, you don't put Sue Surf and K Shine on a tournament with Real Sick and Squeako.
I definitely agree with that. Like, you got to keep it somewhat on a level playing field. Otherwise, you might as just tell E Hart and them, like, hey man, take the first 2 rounds off and
these are bye weeks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We'll see you in the semis or the finals or whatever, and give the girls a shot, because
I just feel
these
that
chicks need a lot of help, and those other two are just like solidified.
But this is the backlash when you do not cultivate the females like you're doing with the guys. This is the issue. This has always been the issue with the ladies, is there's not enough competition. It's very uneven. You got a whole bunch of girls who put in a lot of work in the beginning, and now all of a sudden, now they want to start cultivating some new talent, which is good. But now you have an unbalance. You got a lot of hungry talent, and you got all these top tier females talking about, man, I'm not about to battle you.
Yeah.
ACJ.
Why would 40 bars turn down like Coffee Battle, but then enter a tournament where like there's talent level at the same level of Coffee?
Right? Like, that don't make no sense.
That's a good point.
Unless you were guaranteed.
Unless
she was guaranteed like to get paid every round to do this, her fee that she wants. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me why she would put herself at risk to take a hit to the brand. Imagine if she gets knocked out by one of these rookie girls and takes a hit. Like, the bag gets lower, the people start talking crazy. Surf gonna have even more reason to pop out and talk crazy. So it's like, yo, what are we doing? We gotta make sure this is set up correctly, man.
Yeah, something about it just throws me off too. And I had this conversation with Misfit a while back about like the battle rap market, right? Where it's like the names that are highly valued need to continue to maintain that value so that they can continue to increase the salary cap of things, right? So that way, like, if it wants a certain bag, they can't have 40 bars taking a bargain. You know what I'm saying? They can't have E Hart, Miss Hustle taking a bargain, and then Fit is trying to ask for a certain bag. But that same thing applies with people that are underpaid, right? You can't overpay somebody that is a lower tier, because then everybody in that tier range is like, oh, well, this is the floor. What's the ceiling? And it just feels all weird seeing all these names. Like, the level here is all scattered, and because it's all scattered, it's making me think that this is just a bunch of names to gain traction.
Yeah, and I just think they're trying to bring us to fruition, trying to manifest it. I wouldn't be mad if it got manifested, but the thing is, when you got these names there, it's like you're almost committing them. And like I said, all speculation. Some of these girls were reacting like they didn't even know they were on these flyers. So what happens when they start making demands and you start making changes, and so things like this, it's like if it doesn't happen and you got the people's hopes up, then you're doing yourself a disservice as opposed to not saying anything until it's actually all signed, sealed, and delivered, and you can do a proper rollout, proper promotion, get that machine behind it and get this thing steamrolling.
How's it gonna look when you have this flyer of these Sweet 16 contestants, right? Nothing confirmed, so everybody is breaking this as if it's confirmation, and then in a month from now, you get a whole new 16 names.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna look wacky, as they say. It's gonna look a little weird, but I think people will still roll with it no matter what, because we want to see the ladies. So it's like, okay, cool, but you gotta have your house in order.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good point, Vlad. That's been the issue with Queen of the Ring. It just seems like everybody's not on the same page. Everybody not moving the same way, on the same time, in the same direction. And it doesn't just make the brand of Queen of the Ring look bad. It makes, like, you're really messing this up for these ladies. And these girls are hungry. Like, you got the whole culture who are finally engaged and want to see these women battle. And y'all messing it up for them.
Yeah, I mean, one thing for sure is, like, I've never done business with Debo, but it's been publicly open, from a lot of the ladies that complain, leagues that have complained, history in the past. This is like just nothing new. If you had a Yelp review for Debo, there's a lot of 1 and 2, 3 stars, right?
Shut it.
Too mean to
and me saying Yelp reviews is not saying I think he's 1, 2, 3 stars. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of people say that, right?
I mean, let's be honest, this ain't nothing new. And Debo knows that that's part of his, there's pros and cons. Like Debo, yes, there's a lot of pros that he has done, but there are also some cons on that list too.
No one's saying that he is a bad businessman. We're just saying that reputation exists. That's a stigma that he has to break.
And you know what? There's been times where that's been put on Smack and Beasley that they haven't been fair. They've been pushing the wrong people. They playing politics. So this ain't no shot to Debo, but this is something that has been an issue for a while. That's why you got people that don't want to battle on Queen of the Ring.
Like coffee?
With any league that you have and any promoters, you're going to have a little bit of turbulence. You're going to have some disgruntled employees. You're going to have some discrepancies. So that's all par for the course, and that comes with the game. But bottom line, though, is that now that you put it out there and it's presented as if this thing is a go, it has to be a go, because people might lose interest if it doesn't happen. And, with the pandemic going on and people not being able to move around, and we haven't seen a, ladies, Queen of the Ring battle being scheduled or anything like that. So who's to say when these ladies are going to get up, rocking and rolling again? So don't get the people all excited. Don't tease us and then leave us. You know what I'm saying?
Very well said. And I didn't see, you mentioned something earlier, CC, will this be on caffeine? I mean, I want to assume that it is, because we already had 2 tournaments on caffeine, so we see what it looks like. And
we haven't seen a logo attached to it, though. So
exactly. So we can't assume that it will be, but I will say that if it's not, it's going to be a very disappointment, because we've gotten 2 tournaments for free, where URL is giving us 3 shows a week. The aesthetics is beautiful. It's in a nice professional studio, and you damn near give us an entire season worth of content to cover as media, as well as URL creates a media bracket. So then you get 16 media outlets covering the females. Like, I just couldn't logically understand why it wouldn't be on caffeine. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be. Don't know if it will. But I couldn't see a reason why.
On caffeine, it's gonna.
Guys, I tell you this, guys. If it was on caffeine, that logo would be there because big business don't play around. Once they invest that money into your
true.
brand,
You see what we have in our corner.
Hello. Greg
from Caffeine.
Greg
from Caffeine said right away, hey, yeah, you guys need that white Caffeine logo on the corner.
Hey, don't remix our logo, okay? Don't step on it.
No, don't put it LTBR colors. Just leave it the way it is.
Hell yeah, man. There's so much that goes behind that branding. So, if they're putting money behind it, they're going to want their brand attached to it immediately. Like, you're not going to be able to move around and just act like this thing is all yours. They want people to know that they are invested into the culture. So, I don't know, man. That makes me raise an eyebrow just a little bit. But I hope it happens, though. I really do hope it happens because I would love to sit back week after week and just watch these ladies go crazy and turn up. It would be fantastic. But got to see if it actually happens.
All right, man. Enough of this 2 minute streaming. Y'all ready to talk our shit?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going live in 3, 2, 1. Podcast exclusive content is over. We're now live on air.
No snap. Where we at?
All right, we are live.
There we go.
Let's get those tweets out.
Yes, sir. Oh. Time to rock. Oh.
Hey, I got some Rick Ross and 2 Chainz on for our schedule today. So you.
I know. I seen that, John.
I'm glad you watched. I'm glad you read the breakdown. The show schedules.
Come on, man. How else would I know TTP was here, bro? All right. Let me set out this tweet.
All right. Welcome. Good morning.
Peace, degenerates.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Oh, Dub is here for CC. Buenos dias. Good morning.
Hello again, Dub. He is that he's showing commitment.
Conquesto, what it do? Level Scales, what it do? Good morning.
What up?
What it do, baby?
Talk about it.
Ty, thank you for the prop gang. A rose for CC early.
Oh, man, turn up. They're like, yo, I know y'all weekend starts on Thursday. This is the last day of the week. Let me flood y'all cats with the props. Yo, much appreciated.
Lakers took that loss last night. Yeah, but you know what?
You.
I got a new AirPod case of Kobe Bean.
Oh, we can't see it, though, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
The GOAT.
Is that, how does she pronounce it? Is it Tay-Tay?
Yeah, is it Tay-Tay or Tai-Tai?
The Storm says, you look cute, sis.
That's my little sister, y'all.
Oh, the Storm. What up, little sis?
Dub, thank you for all the
What up, Dub?
That's my little sis.
Little sis making sure everybody chilling.
What up?
Project Rico, what up, player?
Sir, thank you for the prop gang.
Blessings.
What's good, twins?
Prop
Get y'all grabbing some too.
Oh, Tai-Tai, okay.
Tai-Tai, okay. Because you know how we do it. Sometimes we remix vowels.
Hey, Tai-Tai, Surf had a bar a long time ago. Surf had a bar. It was like, you got a sandpaper swag. Me, I'm a smooth guy with better stats, so I still win if you tie. Utah.
Oh my God.
Bruh,
yeah, that reminds me of that Rex bar. Remember, we played 21. Utah. And everyone went, oh.
What's that one we always make fun of, Hollow? What was the one he said, what's the one we always say from Hollow?
John. All right, y'all. We got our audience here. Thank you for the
Project Rico doubling up on that one. Appreciate the props, player.
Y'all ready to get the show rolling?
Everyone. Share this. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Let's get it cracking.
All right, y'all. So yesterday on Primetime URL, you already know that's where matches are made. Ryda and Loso was officially announced yesterday on URL Primetime. We were speculating this match because there was a high demand. These are the two guys that, quote unquote, got robbed over the weekend. They had fire performances. Now that it's an official match, let's throw it to the people in there first and we'll chop it up again. Ryda versus Loso is official now. Where are you guys going? Loso versus Ryda. What's the temperature in here?
Who y'all got? Who y'all got?
Talk your shit.
Ooh, right about to look mid without an angle. Yikes. Loso 2-1.
Loso 30.
Loso
Ryder's
30.
15 minutes of fame is up.
Ouch.
Sheesh, twin. Wow.
Damn.
Look,
you can't get an angle for Ryder anymore?
Y'all start these low expectations. Y'all go see Ryder gonna pull a trick out the hat.
He pull a hat out of trick.
Look, Ryder might be doing his research on Loso. Don't do that.
Oh man, I don't want Ryder becoming that guy who's doing all the internet research and going into the dark web and trying to find out your social security numbers just to like win a battle. We don't need that in our lives. So in third grade, he got his hats.
Real quick, Vlad, before I throw it to you, Ryder did say today, this week on Pick Stand when he was live on Tuesday, he said, end quote, "I've evolved from just a puncher to becoming great at executing angles." So it looks like he's finding his calling in the game. It's kind of very John Dodonish. When John realized, okay, my punches aren't going to be able to last with guys. I'm better at breaking styles down. So Vlad, I'll throw it to you. Who do you think has more to win here in this battle? Or more to gain, I should say.
I think Ryder has more to gain in this battle. I think he's a guy who's had momentum issues here and there with the league. You see him sometimes, you don't other times. And now he's at his hottest right now where everyone's talking about him. He's been part of the leading discussion of this show for 2 out of the 4 days, 3 out of the 4 days here. And if he gets a chance to come out, do his thing, and people see that, okay, that angle doesn't define who he is. And even without that particular angle, he's still able to do his things because let's keep it real. First round, I felt like he had better punches than Loso. And he was doing what Ryder traditionally does, punching, but now with a little bit more flair. Second round, we all know the notorious angle. We do not need to revisit it because the other dude got to prepare for his battle, and we don't want to cause no PTSD. But that third round, though, he was able to combine all three. He was able to still have his punches. He was able to tie in what Mike was doing to Danny and then spin that into a round and then bring it all into a closure. So he's showing us that he's able to add new wrinkles to his game. Now, everyone is like, oh, my God, that angle. What's he going to do without that angle? This is his turn to show everyone like, yo, I'm here to stay. That was just a one-time thing. I don't need that. I'm Ryder. Y'all got to respect me. I'm here for the long run.
It's still crazy to see that even after his performance against Mike P and a lot of people feeling that he got robbed, he's still the underdog, And I would say this about Ryder. I think that he has shown in the past that his ability as a battle rapper. He was talking about it, Vlad, as far as him being a puncher. I would say this. I don't think that Loso is going to make the same mistake that he made versus Nunna. Now, Loso, a lot of us felt that, his first round, he came out the gate, the name flips and pretty much just talking to him. However, that second and third, it was not the same. I don't think he's going to make that same mistake against Ryder. I think Loso's definitely going to come out the gate and he's going to give us 3 rounds in your face, just going at it. And he might even flip that second round and make Ryder look corny. I won't be surprised if he do what Mike P should have done and flip that mug and rebuttal it and make Ryder look corny. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he is corny. I'm just saying that's what you're supposed to do as a battle rapper.
Now,
so,
Cece,
yeah.
Now, Cece, my thing is, right, with this Loso and Ryder battle, we've known for a fact that they've offered Loso some big dogs. They put K-Shine on the plate for him. Now, now I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what negotiations Ryder may have had. I know Henny Man's in the chat. He definitely knows way better than I would. But I don't know if they've been offering him guys the level of K-Shine. I don't know if they've been offering him those super top tier names. If he comes out and has back-to-back weeks where he's killing it and he proves that I need to be there, he can now make a demand like, yo, give me a shot at one of these top tier guys. Let me see what's happening. I just beat Loso and you've been offering him these guys. I know the battles fell through, but where's my offer? I'm doing my thing. People talk about me. I'm the people's champ and I got a legit victory now. So what's up?
I agree.
Ryder, this is your time, player. Do not let this door slide on you.
I mean, you see drugs, he's getting a big opportunity and a big play against Nitty. If Ryder comes and beats Loso, they're going to have to give him a big play. They're going to have to give him a big name. And I think that he deserves it because a lot of people may be new to Ryda. A lot of people may not be following up on Ryda, but Ryda been doing his thing for a while. Kind of being slept on, if you ask certain people. A lot of people feel that Ryda has been slept on. So if he comes and does what he's supposed to do against Loso, URL, you're going to have to pay him up. Give him a big plate.
Yeah,
I feel at this time.
I've always
go ahead, France.
I've always felt that Ryda was a little underutilized. Just because he mentioned something really interesting earlier this week. He's like, we've all been talented. It's just because we were under the Goonies, we all got stigmatized. Like C3 made her debut on URL last year, and I felt like that kind of got swept under the rug. Cuban is underutilized. Luke Castro's been pretty talented. Ryda is now breaking out. Drugs is getting top quality names this year. So now that ever since that group is disbanded, everybody's found their calling almost.
But you know what, France? This is the most intriguing part because now Ryda is technically, he's riding solo. He's not under the Cave Gang umbrella. He's no longer Goonies. So if he actually makes his stamp, right? Like if we look at from now, August of 2020 and beyond, and Ryda becomes a star in this game, he can legit say, yo, when that transition happened, I did it on my own. It was me. Nobody was there backing me. Nobody was pulling my shirt. Nobody was quote unquote gassing me. Although, you know, we heard a couple ad-libs in the background. Ah! Shout out to the, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Battle Rap Draft. You could have did better, motherfucker.
Yo, shout out to Henny for that. We're going to use that as the closing of the show from here on out.
All right.
No, seriously, he would make it mark as a solo.
We want to see Silky Versace Ryda some more, man. You know, people loving that Silky.
It's getting real silky in here, but
we want to keep seeing that. Just make sure Ryda, if you gonna wear the Versace silk, blouse, that's cool. But you cannot be wearing sneakers with a Versace. You're gonna have to get you some gaiters. I'm from Detroit, so niggas wear gaiters. So you're gonna have to get you some gaiters or something else. But you cannot be wearing no sneakers.
Get you some hard bottom.
All right,
gaiters.
Let's move on.
Just a little tip. Just a tip.
Cece gonna be Ryda stylist. Like, let me get this going on here.
I'll do it for a chat.
Hey, hello. Detroit, get that paper.
All right, so staying with Loso and Ryda, Beasley asked both of these guys, looking past their match, if there was anybody they wanted to call out, right? For example, if they were rookies, who was a vet they both want? Ryda said Av with no hesitation. Loso called out Chess. Are these matches that we want to see in the future? Chess versus Loso, Ryda versus Av? I'm getting invested into Ryda versus Av more and more.
Listen, that
Loso versus Chess. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a good match, but I'm invested into Av and Ryda. We know what happened. They both, actually, Av is still Cave Gang, obviously. Matter of fact, he's getting much better from the C19, so salute to Av for fighting through, because, many have been lost to it, so you are a soldier. Appreciate that you're still here, player. But Av has been talking crazy to Ryda for a long time now. I felt like even when they were in Cave Gang, it felt like Av was doing his thing. Ryda was there, Av being the old head, like, I'll tolerate you because you in the crew. Once they got separated, Av let it be known how he felt, and that they wasn't really rocking like that. You know what I mean? And, you seen Ryda, he's like, yo, man, I'm just trying to be part of the clique. Like, what's going on here? But since you ain't feeling me, it's fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he came off, and that's how he felt. And for him to call him out with no hesitation lets me know that he's tired of this. He wants to settle this once and for all. There's a whole storyline behind this. It could make a big match. And like we said, what does he have to gain? If he has this Mike P battle, this Loso battle, and does well, gets matched up against Av, this could be played out as a grudge match. And it'll look good, man. It'll look good.
Look, Ryda might be having the best comeback in 2020. If he keep this up, okay, he get Loso and win, and then finish it off with Av. Who knows?
The Loso battle. I got confidence in Ryda in the Loso battle. That Av battle, little boy, if you manage to be in a dog fight with Av, if you manage to actually just win this thing clearly, you're stock through the roof, player. You're stock through the roof.
I'm on the Ryda versus Av campaign.
Hell yeah.
Ryda versus Glue Easy back into strike, right? Glue choked in his third round, and most of us had Ryda winning, and that's when Ryda first actually started his approach as being an angler. Then a couple months later, Glue Easy is the one that gets Av on band.
Made no sense.
It kind of made no sense, and if Av is gonna battle guys like C Money, Dre Dennis, Gutta on Country Grounds Battle League, what's the reason to not battle Ryda? And I feel like Ryda's never gotten that one vet that he's really been adamant about during that momentum when he wants them. So you can see what his ceiling is like. When he wanted Cortez, it took a year and a half for the battle to be booked. So, I mean, a year later, you're going to probably lose motivation for battling Cortez. Now he wants Av. He's been saying it more than ever. The campaign has begun. And I think after his Loso battle, if he has another stellar performance, it's going to be one of those things where we look at Av and say, we know you want the big dogs, but this is young Pitbull in the yard that's getting kind of crazy. You gotta put him on the leash too. What you going to do about it, Av?
And France, with so many battle rappers nowadays just going, I wasn't motivated for this battle. I just started writing 3 days ago. Yeah, this ain't who I want, but whatever. I took it. We got a guy here saying, nah, this is who I want. This is who I'm locked in on. This is what makes sense to me. How many more personal matches do we have out there? How many guys do we know have a certain lyrical disdain for other rappers out there that really want to take it to the ring? So many people are so blasé and laissez-faire with their career now. You got someone who has someone locked in. They got a target. They're doing well. It all makes sense. It's gonna make even more sense after this battle with Loso.
Salute to everybody in the chat.
The best battles.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody trying to see two friends battle each other no more. We know how that's gonna always turn out to be. We want to see two people who got some disdain and don't really like each other like that.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Tata says I should be a judge. I'm not ready for that kind of slander. I already deal with it enough. So, and I have my demands.
France, you can represent us because
I have my demands.
All right, France, I'm hearing a level scale said Av said no in the chat last night. Major, Av has never been interested in that battle.
I mean, look, Av is who he is, so it's not like Av is ducking. Av has the right and the opportunity and the status that he's in to deny it, because you got people like Averb, DNA, they've kind of been dancing around that Av battle on the schedule. Every time that appointment comes up, they reschedule that date. And so, I mean, Av's just trying to get the big dogs, and I love it because he's trying to cement his legacy.
No, because
but it's going to become undeniable at one point if Ryda keeps this up.
I mean, you got to also, I was paying attention to what Av was saying after Gnome X. And, a lot of other battlers were saying the same thing. Like, they deserve big plates. They want to battle some GOATs. They want to battle some top tier battlers. They don't want to keep on just doing what they've been doing. And like URL, they keep on rewarding people who don't have the best record or lose. And Av, he ready. Like, he been talking. Pay attention to what he's saying on Twitter. He been talking, and I don't think he definitely is not going to come back from being in COVID to be getting some chump change and some little battles. He want them goats. Feed him goats.
I hear all that, but I'm saying somewhere in the mix, the way you were talking to Ryda was so filthy outside of that band joint, man. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people saw it on the camera, and the way you talk to that man, it's like you almost owe that man a battle, man. Like it was crazy, man. It was crazy the way you were talking to him.
All right, let's move on. Mickey Fax was on My Expert Opinion, and I got a very interesting clip from Mickey Fax. Is a little dialogue with Math and Misfit. They were talking about the CPR stats. They were talking about how choking has become normalized in battle rap. And Mickey Fax has some really interesting words as to why he believes it's normalized. All right. So you heard that there from Mickey Fax, Vlad. He's pretty much saying you gotta separate the time period of when fans come into the game, because you can hear himself. He's like, there's people that know Smack DVD that've never watched Smack. There's people that don't know certain eras of battle rap. There's people that probably never watched Summer Madness too. So them coming into the game 2016, 2017, the rise of Twerk, the rise of Chess, and the beginning of Sue Surf's Inconsistencies, and those are three of some of the biggest names that are most polarizing. They're probably normalized to the point where, like, oh, I like this content more. I don't care if there's a choke in it, and they don't realize there's actual rules in this. What do you think about Mickey Fax's comments?
I agree with the comments and I agree with the sentiments, but it's heartbreaking, man. As an old head, as the part of the damn near 40 and above club, we've seen this thing from the beginning, and just to watch people like not even care, like if a dude chokes or just doesn't even bother to show up and it's just pissing it away, it's disheartening just a little bit. But I get it's a different generation, and now I start to think about it kind of like the NBA. You have certain people who just like certain basketball players and don't really care for the rest of the sport, so they're just watching certain players and they're only a fan of that. They're not a fan of true battle rap and the true art form of it, because it is an art form. And to just see some people allow it to get watered down is like, it's crazy to me, because over the years, we've always heard people always mention, if you choke, you lost that round. If you choke, you lost that round. I thought that was a universal rule and universal law. I'm like, where did it get lost? Yeah.
Period. It used to be back in the day, if you choke, you lost. Period. And then we went from, if you choke that round, then you lost that round, no matter what the other person said. It could have been the wackest shit, but they didn't choke. If you choke, you lost that round. And yes, he's definitely right. Mickey's definitely right that we are coming to a new wave of fans, especially with this new exposure from caffeine. And caffeine is putting a lot of money behind the culture, getting us ads on Fox Sports, on YouTube. So it's definitely going to bring a lot more new people who are not familiar with how the rules of battle rap work. And everybody's going to make their own rules. I'm never going to jump on that bandwagon that, if you choke around, even if you had a moment, you still won that round. I'm never going to jump on that bandwagon. And unfortunately, choking has been one of the big stories of 2020. A lot of these big battles have had a lot of chokes. A lot of our top guns and top tiers had a lot of chokes. So it is, and I know for us doing the CPR stat, that's not to try to make it normalized. That's trying to make people realize that, this is not good. You need to do a little bit. You need to do better, bro. Like, you're choking a little too much.
I wanna ask the audience a question, but before I do so, you said it, CC. This entire year has been filled with chokes. Every caffeine event, even this past weekend, it has been one choke at the very least. So it's kind of like you see the human side of battle rap, which I can understand. Like, everybody's just like us. This industry isn't as big as we know. A lot of these people, a lot of these MCs, I should say, are still, working regular jobs or full-time rappers, or they have a lot of things going on. I get that part. But just think of an early era of battle rap. Think of Papa Doc and B-Rabbit. What if Papa Doc just stumbled and got the win? You would have been booing the movie. You would have been like, wait, this B-Rabbit got robbed.
It would have been a melee.
This can't happen.
Detroit would have been burning. Yo, France, I feel like...
Wait. I'm sorry. Let me ask this question to the audience. At what point in battle rap do you guys think that choking became normalized? Like, I see a lot of different comments in there. Some people saying, like, doesn't matter which era it happened in, there should be a universal rule.
Oh, man.
Some people say Lux
Jill
is the
will
cause.
say Lux.
Clips.
Talawa says Surf. After the Lux battle. Oh, man. T Major, let me get it together. Lotus First versus Cal, says Hunger Games Ed.
I remembered.
Damn, after the Lux battle.
That.
Is Lux really responsible for I can't, man, I can't eat that, bro. I can't eat that because I don't remember people saying, I'm giving Lux the first round. He won that first round. I feel like everyone gave Calico that round.
Everybody says to this day that Cal got bodied by Lux, so obviously y'all gave him that round. There's
no way. You can't give him the round if he choked.
I have seen the slander all my. Y'all not gonna tell me.
All my Detroit life.
I've seen the slander.
I has to fight.
You know what though? I don't think Lux normalized it. I just think he opened the gate because prior to 2012, I can't think of a single battle where there's a choke and I'm like, this guy still won the battle. Can anybody name one prior to 2012 where there's a choke and you say, oh, that person won?
Hey, let's keep it real. Lux was choking versus Mook, and a lot of people have him winning that Mook battle.
But that
he was winning his rounds early. He was choking, stumbling, and stopping.
And that era of choking is just if you ended your round short. Because they went 8 rounds.
I get it, but I'm saying, man, a lot of old heads, you know, it's like some of these things. It's like how now everyone's like, oh, my God, snitching's at an all-time high. Look at 6ix9ine. People been snitching since the damn 50s in the mafia and on out. It's just now we can log on to our computers. We can log on to our phones and see everything that's happening. But France, I feel like we're at a critical point right now where we can make some adjustments to that, because now we actually have judges week after week after week. But then I'm a little concerned when I see Method Man giving Reaper Rel a round where he choked or something like that. And then, you know, Mike P stumbles through small stumbles, slight stumbles, and trips over his words, but 3 times in that 3rd round, and it's like things are not getting addressed. I feel like with the judging.
Wait, 3 times you counted it? You got to watch the battle back? How? It hasn't come out yet.
All right, brother. You know, man, maybe I got a sharp memory. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's like this is a critical point where you got the biggest league in the world. You have super critical. I mean, you know, critical judges, and you got judges who are super highly respected. These things have to be called out and nipped in the bud. We need to train these new eyes to what the rules are and how this thing goes. A lot of people are seeing battle rap for the first time on Caffeine. They're putting down those joysticks and saying, why are these guys yelling at what's happening here? And you can really set the rules up. This is a critical point in battle rap where we can get back to that. And they need to say it explicitly. Fam, you choked, you lost that round.
Well, Cece, you want to put a ribbon on it?
Stop choking.
Oh.
That would solve all this.
Stop choking. I still can't understand why there's MCs mad at the fact that choking is being tallied over the fact that they're choking. Like, this is public information. Like, this is literally public information. Like, if somebody was to ask a question, how many times has X rapper choked? There's going to be an answer. And you might as well get the answer accurate, right? Because if you over-exaggerate it, that's bad. If you undersell it, that's also bad too. So why not get the right number so that we can really evaluate if we can take this as because on paper you're gonna say on paper I ain't trying to hear no more.
I ain't trying to hear no more. All y'all be using sports statistics and angles to make your points and to talk your points and bringing it to battle rap. All y'all got an NBA or NFL bar or whatever, so you know how this works. This is a sport. Okay, you're gonna get statistics. All y'all want to talk about your views, but you don't want to talk about your shows. Knock it off.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it hip hop tonight. Going down on versus Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz. Going down tonight 8 p.m. versus IG Live. Apple. Let's talk about it, y'all. You know, I love the verses. I feel like we always get a chance to talk about it on the timeline with Battle Rap Twitter together, but we never actually make content of it. Tonight is going down. Let's ask the audience, where are you going? Are you going with Rick Ross? Or are you going with 2 Chainz? What's the temperature in here?
Teammates or Ross? Little Reggie.
Officer Ricky with the body.
Officer Ricky with the body.
Officer Ricky.
Lemon pepper wings. Yo, Rick Ross might have climbed out one of the biggest body bags in battle rap.
I feel like Big
solidified himself.
Larry Hoover.
Ross, man, but I love Chainz. Ross has better solo joints. Chainz' best joints are features, says Hunger Games.
See, my thing is, before I throw it to you guys, Vlad and CC,
man,
and I'll let you give your quick takes on it.
Yes,
What's
sir.
2 Chainz gonna do when Rick Ross is throwing stay scheming, when he's throwing hustling, when he's throwing speed, when he's throwing hold me back? And for the ladies, when he throws out that diced pineapples. Listen, man, I got some diced pineapples right here.
France, you know,
I got some diced pineapples right here.
Oh, France, you're a freak bowl. You know what I'm saying? I know the pineapples do. France looking out for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Diced pineapples, man. My baby
Titty
takes
boy.
the best. Oh.
Don't sleep on Titty Boy though. You know, aka 2 Chainz.
Duffel bag boy, body bag.
2 Chainz got fired too. Now I know Rick Ross. He definitely had a run.
How do you spell that sound effect you're making?
HUNGH. Oh.
Don't sleep on 2 Chainz though. 2 Chainz got hits. Okay, he got bangers as far as collabs, just like Rick Ross has. I think this one might be a close one. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm probably gonna watch. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
As we
I
all
would
know,
not want to be the ones that come after Snoop Dogg and DMX, because I say till this day that's still the best one, hands down, and the numbers speak for themselves. But I definitely feel like we're gonna have fun with this one tonight too.
Man, with so many of these battles, you know it's going to come down to record placement. Just like with battle rap, sometimes it comes down to round placement. So, you know, these guys both got hits. To me, I got Rick Ross as the favorite. I just vibe to his music more, and the music just hits just a little bit harder to me. And lyrically, man, you know, we can all say it. 2 Chainz is very creative. He's got some slick lines here and there. But when you talk about that pin, you know what I mean? So Ross,
the pin don't matter here, Vlad.
The pin don't matter, but with the pin, with the beat,
has anybody seen 2 Chainz live?
I have not.
Okay, don't sleep on 2 Chainz.
Is 2 Chainz gonna be putting on a concert? Is he gonna have stripper pole and big booty shaking?
I'm telling you.
Well,
when he plays the birthday song,
you were in Atlanta. Anybody could have got it popping there.
No, if he plays the birthday song, all I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe, it's over.
Listen,
if he come out the gate starting off with that, it's over.
My man DNA Tube's in here. What's the word, King? What's the word? Yo, King, where you going with, King? Rick Ross, the 2 Chainz, King. Let me know. What's the word, King?
All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe.
How fire would it be if this Versus was in the strip club, man? That would be fire.
In a pandemic?
Strip clubs are open in Atlanta. Your man Lou Will was in there trying to get them wings.
And what happened? He's still in quarantine as we speak.
Listen, man, 2 Chainz and Rick Ross ain't in the NBA. All right, man. Go to Magic City or whatever. Get them wings. Get the microphone. Get the ambiance.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm getting to the chicken.
Oh. Lou Will, Lemon Pepper.
I'm kind of leaning more towards 2 Chainz. I think.
Oh, you're zagging while we
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go the other way because everybody got Rick Ross. I'm going the other way. I'm gonna say 2 Chainz.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. My 2012 heart, because that was a very special year for me. When you hear that 2 Chainz, I love bad bitches. Is my that's an automatic round. It's an automatic round. There's nothing Ross could do to rebuttal that round.
I'm still waiting on Jeezy and Gucci. I need them to do one.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I think that would shut down the trap, the hood.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
That needs to happen. I need Gucci and Jeezy. I need Jeezy just to do one because that's my favorite. Jeezy.
All right, so before we bring on our guest of the hour, shout out to Top Tier Pod. Our media peer is going to join us to chop up the Queen of the Rings Sweet 16 bracket. We're going to talk about all the UM2 storylines. One quick question for everybody. I want some suggestions from all of you. Which vet should battle Kid Chaos on Rookies versus Vet? He says he's booked. My speculations is it's between Chilla Jones or JC, but who do you guys think it should be if it's any of those two or somebody different?
Chilla says Project Rico. JC says 09 Bull. Verb says come Kid.
Verb for Kid Chaos? Wow.
Yeah.
The 2 says nobody. You know, 2, if you bugging King, I want to see Kid Chaos.
Level scales no to JC. It's gonna be a pen guy. Big facts.
I said that too.
Man.
I said that too. I think
Chaos versus O-Red. Okay. Chaos versus DNA. You don't deserve DNA.
Kid Chaos is always a watered down Chilla Jones. Damn, King, you want?
Wow. Hardcore Flavor says Jerry West. Is Jerry West a vet enough to be on a Rookies versus Vet?
Jerry West ain't no vet. No.
I don't know.
No.
Vlad, yesterday you gave us a spectacular suggestion
Oh,
with
man.
Arsenal versus Real Sick. I got to give you props. Kudos. I passed that along to the staff. They like that one, by the way.
Hello.
So,
Listen,
30 seconds before we bring Top Tier Pod on. Which vet do you want to see Kid Chaos go against?
Oh, man. Kid Chaos.
You know, he's one of your favorites.
Oh. Kid Chaos, he says he wants JC. The people seem to want to see that battle. So make that battle happen and give the people what they want.
Give him what he want, bruh. Come on. Give him what he want. He doing everything he's supposed to do. He did a fire job, even though he got eliminated first round. He came back and had another dope battle against who did he battle against? Was it
Real Sick?
Real Sick, yeah. Real Sick. I mean, come on, bruh. Come on, give him JC.
And he was kind of talking a little crazy. He was talking a little crazy to JC.
If he wants JC and JC is now ready to battle, because you know,
the Tooth said newborn was smoking.
He had a lot of things going on during that Loso battle time. So if JC is ready again, then give him JC. But I don't want to see 50%, 60% JC, because then it's not going to be good versus Kid Chaos.
Hardcore Flavor says Bill. Yeah, we on the same wave. Bill versus Kid Chaos.
Oh, he said Lotta Zay versus Kid Chaos too. I like that.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think I might roll with the Bill one just a little bit more because you know Penn
what?
Versus Penn, we know what we get. Penn versus Unorthodox. Now prove yourself.
I got a good one.
So don't nobody want to see JC now, Mom?
You know everybody overreacts.
Come on, man. The disciples are still there.
We just don't. JC had one bad night. Real. So we just not
how it is. Look, all it takes is for JC to be in front of Kid Chaos, him smoke him, and everybody goes, "Oh my God, JC's one of the greatest pens ever." Which, by the way, if you put Kid Chaos, look, I have 3 names: JC, Chilla Jones, and this name I think I like a lot: Danger Zone for Kid Chaos. Okay. I got to be honest, he's the underdog in all 3, and I don't see him winning all 3. But that's the purpose of being on the rookie side. You're not supposed to win these. You're supposed to break our expectations and make us believers in you in that night.
Absolutely.
All right, we just sent the Top Tier Pod our invite. He should be joining us soon.
3-6-1. JC had 3 rounds for slow, so yeah, and he ain't even choked.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Would that JC that battled Loso beat the Surf that battled Lux?
Yes.
So then why are we criticizing JC so much?
That's what I'm trying to figure out from the chat. Like, what we doing now?
Because
so we say no more JC for 2020?
Because he doesn't have a sparkling personality like Sue Surf and manages to bounce back by still being on live and being entertaining.
It's because JC doesn't say trick dice?
It's nice in here. You know what I mean?
I like
JC
it.
goes back to Pontiac. He does his thing. We don't hear from him until his next battle. You know, Surf, even with the Lost versus Lux, my man is out here wearing Jazz the Rapper wigs. He's going crazy with Tay-Rock in the mornings. It's like this thing never happened, man. You gotta love his ability to just like bounce back and act like nothing ever happened and keep it moving and keep his throngs and legions of fans entertained.
Didn't he lose to an average Clips in a small room this year? Hey, you know what? An average Clips is still better than a lot of people.
But you know what's crazy? He had mad humor. I want to say it was that second round that he had versus Clips. And I ain't never seen JC try to joke or clown like that. Yo, I was laughing. I was cracking the hell up, man. Like, why doesn't JC do some of this more in the battles? Why doesn't he let his personality shine through? You know, he let it shine through when he was going off that yak in that Hip Hop Is Real interview. I'm like, where are the other facets of JC? Are you just a writing, punching machine? Like, what's up, dog?
Y'all ain't never gonna let that die. Y'all never gonna let that die.
That blame knowledge, man.
Yo, y'all gotta be careful with knowledge. If you've been on that yak, and you see him coming.
Bro, we see JC's personality drunk one time, and we think he's some kind of addict. And in the words of JC, he only smoked crack one time, and that was on Smack in 2010 against Luciano. And he only did drugs one time, and that was against Drugs on Quarantine.
All I said was, I just hope he's okay. Because and he even admitted that he had a lot of things going on with his family that was on his mind. So hopefully, he hasn't lost anybody. But I mean, but we've always said this is human. We've given a lot of battlers passes because they said they got stuff going on with their lives. Why can't we do that for JC? Keep that same energy though.
And even with that, he still showed up with 3 rounds of material, ain't choke, got through it, and kept it moving. So, we got to salute that, man. With all that going on and everything else, he still showed up.
LeBron, Michael, Kobe, Magic, Bird, they all have bad nights from time to time.
Do they? Not Black
G. They sure do.
Yo, shout out to the Tooth. He's asking about the merch. Our merch is not coming in the mail yet. Vlad's got the soonest. I don't know why he got his first.
I got the plug, man. I got the plug.
Holla at your
Guala.
The Tooth asked, why is Vlad the only one wearing LTBR merch? And I said, he's the only one that got it in the mail. We're still waiting for ours.
Word, man. I slid them an extra,
what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody asked for my Addy. So what we doing? Now, we're going to talk about it, though, afterwards.
The merch will be out soon. You guys will be able to cop your own LTBR merch. You'll be able to represent for battle rap wherever you go. And if you look at it, this ain't no bullshit, man. This is fly. It feels great. I feel very luxurious in this genre.
Stay tuned very soon. And Tooth,
stay tuned, y'all.
Tooth, we do have some in Tooth sizes. We got you.
And we even got the baby joints. We got the onesies. Where my joint at? Hold on.
My ovaries.
Hold on. He ain't coming out just yet, but we're going to be rocking this on when we watch the Ultimate Madness joints, you know what I'm saying? So we got the hey, Ledge is in the building. Ledge, you just got engaged and whatnot. You're going to need this in about 10, 11 months. You know what I'm saying? Get to work, player. Get to work, player.
Nah. We slow playing ours, man.
Bring out that AR-15 and shoot the club up, player. Let's how we starting.
Vlad, one of the most underrated media members that we have with an intelligent IQ. Please give the man his proper introduction.
Oh man, ladies and gents, if you don't know who this guy is, then you are definitely lacking. I came across this gentleman's podcast. I can't even remember how, but from the first time I listened to it, I said, yo, this dude knows what he's talking about. His quality is amazing. His IQ for battle rap is up there. My player partner from Detroit, man. Ledge, you're here to chill with us. Ledge from Top Tier Podcast. Welcome to LTBR Daily. It's a pleasure to have you, my dude.
It's a prop gang. They love you.
Oh, they love Ledge. Huh?
What up, though, man? I love y'all, man. This is my favorite show, my favorite podcast. You guys, man, all of you are big contributors to the culture, and I'm honored to be here, man. Finally, man, we finally linked up, so feels good.
DNA's Tooth, no, that's not Marv 1. So
don't do that. Don't do that.
Take it easy, Tooth.
We ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that. Now we got 2 Detroiters in the house, 2 New Yorkers in the house, friends. This is about to be a fun show, brother.
Oh, is it ever? Yeah. Let's get it popping, man. Let's talk about this Sweet 16 bracket that was released yesterday in full. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it together. All right, we got the overlay done.
Legend says Project Rico. Salute.
Thank you for all the props. Salute everybody out there. So let's read out this entire Sweet 16 roster, and I'll also get the picture on the screen so everybody get the visual as well. 16 names the Queen of the Ring has decided to announce: E Hart, 40 Bars, Gaddis, Tori Doe, Casey J, Norma Bates, Miss Merck, Mulatto Black, Jada Ray, Cheddar, Torture, Vixen the Assassin, RX, Yossi G, Lady Caution, and SO Finesse, a.k.a. Sister Outspoken. Clearly, we have a lineup here, but these are just names. These are just contestants. There's no data yet. But with just a little flyer we have out the Queen of the Ring is put, how do you guys feel about it?
Ledge, you're the guest. We'll let you start it off.
Oh, man. Starting off, man, first of all, I feel like it was long overdue. I feel like the ladies deserve something like this for this amount of money because they are grossly underpaid. So I definitely think that, I definitely think that this is warranted of the recognition. All these names, I like the mix. I like they got some vets, they got some top tiers, they got some that have been in it within a year or so, like Yoshi, and then you got the kind that's been overlooked, like a Norma Bates and so forth. So I think it's well rounded, well put together, and we do need a date, though. We need a date where it's going to be, the platform and all that, so we can really get behind it. But I like the roster.
I'm going to put this on the screen real quick so everybody can see the full roster, because I seeing 16 names is going to be hard to remember.
Nice.
Ledge, you said you like the mix of skills. I think that actually is a little alarming to me, because I wouldn't see a tournament where a top-tier male and some rookies would be in the same mix. And I love it. I love to see E Hard in 40, but that's kind of like, wait, what's the temperature of this tournament? Who's a part of it, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, but I look at tournaments in other fields, like the NCAA tournament. I mean, you can look at tennis. When they do the Wimbledon, you got Roger Federer ranked number 1. He starts off against somebody that's nowhere near his class, but that's the drama. That's what happens with upsets. That's the beauty of a tournament. So I think having that variance in skill level or in tier, so to speak, creates those type of moments, and I'm all for it.
Let's throw it to the people in the chat. Who Cheddar? Yo, look it up. Cheddar versus Mulatto Black Fire Battle. I recommend that. You'll like that one. Who are you guys really excited to see on this list of contestants? Any names that really stand out to you besides the usual E Hard and 40 bars and Gaddis return?
Right.
Ty says Tory will be fire. Chill Will, E Hard.
I got Yoshi
Man,
G with 500. Wow.
Tory Doe.
No Coffee. I agree. Coffee was missing in action for this. They only getting 10K, says the Tooth. Oh, damn.
Damn. How the Tooth know everything, bro?
Hey, listen, man. The Tooth know everything, man. What's the word, King? You know too much, King.
What's the word, King?
Yo,
E Hard easily, says Lil Reggie. Gaddis, says Chill Will.
We bummed out about it, too. RX Yoshi's sister, SO Finesse. Every 2 weeks, they get to test their pen.
Yes,
Debo taking his cut. I need an official date before prediction. I like that energy. I need an official date. I need some details. You're going to get this content out of me regardless, because we've been asking for it. We've been asking for it. But, yeah, that's a very good point, CC. There's no bracket.
That's what I'm saying. We don't even know who's going to be in the first round versus anybody. Yeah, I can't. Even though I was personally say E Hard, ooh, she gonna be spooky for a lot of these girls.
Also, to me too, like I don't see, what platform it's gonna be on.
Other than Queen of the Ring, right?
Where we could potentially watch this, and you got to figure, we've been getting free battles now every weekend, weekend after weekend. The production has been amazing. It's been on time. There's been no delays, and it's like, I don't know. I don't see where we're going to be able to check it out. And that just makes me raise a little eyebrow. If this is something that we're just trying to manifest to get out there, I don't know, man. It makes me feel like, don't tease me and then leave me. Because if everything falls through and we don't get this to happen, then, you're going to get the fans of these ladies and females battle rap up in arms, because everyone's talking about it. And no one knows where it's going to be at. And that just makes me a little nervous. I'm sorry to be, the guy to rain on the parade while everyone's out here dancing, but we got to keep it real.
No, we got to keep it a buck. We got to ask these questions.
What other option do they have, though? Like, I feel like doing it with a tournament, like, I don't feel like there's many other options to do besides joining the caffeine wave. And even if it's not, I guess coincided and I guess collaborated with URL, they can very well. That's what the beauty of is. You can make your own channel, but still use the production team, stuff like that. So I don't really see where else it can go, man. I don't think they're going to YouTube with it, and I damn sure ain't doing no pay-per-view. Like, we ain't doing no.
Oh, this ain't the time to do no pay-per-view.
I tell you what though, Les, we know that. To me, I feel like if a big company like Caffeine put their marketing dollars into it and they said this is something that we are doing, soon as that flyer went up, that logo would have been down and by the right. We would have seen that joint, because if they putting their bread into that, they want everyone to know we are a part of this as of right now. But I agree with you. Like, this is where it should be. It seems to be where things are living at, and we're conditioned to it. So why try to get people off of one platform onto another platform and go follow it where the pavement is being laid right here?
Yeah, I agree. But to answer Fran's question, like dark horses, I would say Vixen the Assassin is one because she's been around forever. She's battle tested. She battles pretty frequently. Haven't really seen any slip ups or stumbles in years. And people, I know with these small rooms, these quiet rooms, people got this narrative that is really suited for the writers and the rappers, but you still got to have a dynamic personality to to make those punches and make those bars land, whether it's an angle, whether you're punching or anything. And Vixen has that type of personality, man. Seeing her just out of nowhere to start twerking and just got the crowd crazy. Like, she does all types of stuff. So she's a dark horse. And then I would say like Lady Caution, based on her affiliations, because she's sparring with Cave Gang, which is like one of the best groups around to really get your ball up on it. And I seen her in a one rounder versus Jada Ray, and she went off. So those would be my dark horses. But yeah, the favorites are probably Hard and 40.
Facts.
Yeah.
One of my dark horses will be Mulatto Black. She does have a concern sometimes with choking and not finishing her material, but let me be the one to say, when she is potent and she's on, her material is just as good as any of the top tier ladies. I've personally felt like when she battled Cheddar, we was about to see this Mulatto Black run because her material in that battle was just so potent. Like, it was incredible. I'm like, you know what? If she could just keep this up for maybe 2-3 battles, we're going to see Mulatto ascend to a top tier. Then she signed that RBE contract, got E-Heart, and it's been pretty quiet ever since, but I love that her name was in the hat. Definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, there's a lady in this Sweet 16 that we definitely don't hear enough from or see enough, and that's Torture. I think she has great presence. I think she,
Brooklyn.
Her pen is good. She's solid. She is from Brooklyn. She is from the borough. I got to represent. But besides that, though, man, her personality is there. She's imposing in the ring. She's not afraid, to show aggression. And, she really comes and does her thing every time she's battled. Every time I've seen her battle, she always puts on. And that would be my dark horse in this thing. I think she can go far in this tournament, and she's very underrated.
Okay, let's have some fun with the chat while we're in here. Let's make I don't want to make too much content out of this because, again, we don't know if this is real. Or, I mean, not that this is real, but it's official, solidified. So I would hate to make a lot of content out of this. 2 weeks later, it's a whole new roster, and I gotta scrap it. But just for the fun of it, who do you top tiers of this contestant list? Hart, 40, Gaddis, and who was the fourth name? You would say?
They got Torrido up there.
Nah, I can't. I think that's it. I think 3 is the cap for as far as the top tiers on this one.
Okay, and who is a Final Four lock in here? Like, who is like, oh, they got to make it to the Final Four?
If Hart and 40 and Gaddis don't make it to that Final Four, man, like that's gonna look crazy. Especially 40. Like 40, she had that Summer Impact situation, bounced back, clearly beat Miss Hustle, looked great doing it. Now she's in, she's got Surf's attention. He dedicated a whole live to her yesterday morning with Tay-Rock, going crazy.
She's mad.
Watch out before the Me Too police come for you, brother. You were talking crazy. But but she's got Surf's attention. So could you imagine if she, for whatever reason, I don't see it happening, would to get bounced in the first round by like a 8 seed, like this would look crazy. Surf would never stop talking, even though he took his L, versus Lux and looked a little crazy, but he would never stop talking. It would be a tough road for her after that.
Yeah, I would say those 3. I would say KCJ, the momentum she's been building over the past year and a half, because and her affiliations being like a Bardashian or whatever that is with Jazz and Official, that affiliation, it's a lot of pressure on her now. So also being from a hotbed in Texas where battle rap is just booming right now. I think she got the glow. She had a good performance versus Coffee, although I edged it to Coffee, but she still did her numbers, and she got Miss Merk up out of there with ease, with ease. So I feel like there's an expectation that she is one of the ones that you look to extend to that top tier status, and she can use this tournament as like the launching pad for that.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about some of these other names, because I know Lavish, he's in the chat, and him and I agree that Sister Outspoken is probably one of the most slept on ones in the tournament.
I agree.
Like, she got one of my favorite battles this year so far versus B-Dot. What them two did at that baby shower battle event, that was fire. And it was it was perfect timing for them to do that type of battle during the protests and what happened with George Floyd. And I feel like she's one of the most underslept. Who do you think is a underdog or a sleeper on this card?
Well, yeah, I would say her. I forgot who I think I just said. Oh, Cheddar is another one. Cheddar, but I feel like Cheddar is kind of in that same bracket with Mulatto, where she's fire, but she has the occasional slippage in her material, and that can set her back. She was on the royalty card, I believe, against Diesel, and she was kind of clearly cooking, but then she had that slip up, but got it back. But I would probably consider her a top 4 candidate to get that 4th slot if she didn't concern me. But, got to show some love to the Midwest, since y'all showing love to y'all boroughs and all that. I got to show love to Ohio, Midwest shit, So, no, definitely, Cheddar is fire.
And I was wondering about Miss Merck, because I know a lot of people, when they saw her name, they was like, why?
Look at Fran's face.
France, what's wrong with you?
That was the face a lot of people made.
Crazy.
She's the lick of the tournament. It's all right. You got to have some licks in there. You got to have some. It's okay. You got to put some cherries in there so that the people that you want to advance can make it farther. I get it. That's part of the game. I ain't got no problem with no cherry picks, no licks.
Just call her a lick.
She's a sacrificial lamb, he says. She a lamb chop, bro. She a lollipop, a lamb chop.
I was really trying to say, could we possibly see Miss Merck prove a lot of people wrong in the first round and take somebody the fuck out of here if she does not choke? I know that's a big if, because history has shown she is definitely choke prone.
I have an answer for you. The answer is no.
No, France got to chill.
I'm trying.
She's a walking lick.
I will say she probably got the most pressure on her based on her choking. Like the first round, whoever she gets, if she's like still in the tournament when it starts, all eyes is going to be on her to see, can she redeem herself. So she should be rehearsing right now.
Look, if that bracket gets set up and you see 40 Bar versus Miss Merck, just know the wink was in there, right?
That's not right. If they do that to Miss Merck, that's cool.
Best believe that CPR stat will be ready. France will be ready to go.
Yo, I know one thing. I know she don't want to see KCJ first round. I know that.
Oh, imagine a rematch. Oh God. Oh man.
Casey, I don't know what she does to these women, but she even said it on our show a while back that she just intimidates women. Like, she comes with that aggression, and a lot of these girls ain't used to that. A girl coming at them like that, and not saying that other girls ain't aggressive,
guys,
but there's levels to it too.
Miss Merck said on Hip Hop Is Real that her first time reciting her rounds against KCJ was on that stage. That says everything I need to know about the work ethic. All right, lick acquired in this tournament. Done.
Damn. All
right. Let's talk about some of the things going on this weekend. Shotgun Suge and Jada Nightwing had their face off on primetime yesterday. Shotgun Suge, the official gatekeeper of the URL, officially crowned, has battled 14 PGs in his URL career, the most out of anybody. Is Jay going to be the difference maker? We've seen Shotgun Suge earlier this year against Jerry West in a quiet room when that was like the prototype version, the beta version of what a no audience room would look like. It didn't look too stellar. Then he kind of spit those same rounds again later on, a couple quarantine battles, took a break. So there's questions if Shotgun Suge is made for this environment, while Jay was just a contestant ready to get 25K and the people's champ. Let's throw the ledge first, and then we'll throw it to the chat. Shotgun Suge and Jay, your take on it.
I mean, I think it's gonna be close. I don't think the disparity in skill set, although Suge is a higher tier, is that far from Jay. I feel like this is a very like sensible battle here. I expect Suge to come with his best material. Shout out to him for losing the weight, man. I see you making those moves, getting healthy. I'm doing
See
this.
you making those moves, player.
Listen.
25 pounds down, player.
Yeah, 25.
Hey, listen,
you know, I'm
man.
trying to. I'm trying.
Hey, how you feeling, big dog?
Feeling good.
Hey,
My
listen.
man said I put that ring on it. I'm losing 25. You know what's up.
Yo,
Oh,
Vlad Suge lost 25 pounds, but last time I checked, Jay lost 25K.
Oh, bar.
Why are you doing that? You being spicy right now.
Yeah, something up with France.
You gonna have Nico on your
he
bumper.
brand new today.
Yo, Nico TV, man. Holla at France, bro. He talking spicy about the West. West up.
Hidden subs.
But nah. I think it's gonna be a good battle, and I think because Suge is lost his weight and things like that, it might help him with endurance and stamina in the later rounds. That's always been my thing. Suge is his first round comes out bombing. He'll throw all his finishing moves early, the randoms, the what your life like. Let's get one thing straight. Third round, he's looking for the exit. Like I'll never forget the Jersey. You seen him versus JC. We seen him versus JC.
Me. Okay. I ain't got no slogan, man.
That one. Y'all had my boy JC losing, and
yeah,
what happened?
30 piece.
Real ones know what happened. Shotgun Suge was in Atlanta the night before. Pretty sure he hit up Magic City and got some of them Lou Will specials. And then he's like, "What? I gotta battle JC in the morning." My man ain't even change his clothes, man. He rocked the same gear to the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Spit the same bars too.
The same bars, same clothes. Now that he's got that time off, he's losing the weight. He's getting the mind right. And you know, Ledge, man, like Deion Sanders says, you look good, you feel good.
Yeah,
when
you
feel good, you play good.
Yeah,
and when you play good, they pay good. So Suge's been off. You know, he got a chance to get the pen back together, man. His mind is right. And not for nothing, man, he realizes, ain't too much moving in this pandemic. So if I choke, these dudes are on my heels now. They got stats for this. I know I got a propensity for this. I can't let this happen. And we've seen what Suge has done in the past Rookies versus Vets. You know, with T-Top, with Saga and them. It's like, I just feel like there are tricks that he knows that he can go to and a certain poise that he has. And no vet wants to lose to a rookie, not one that just came out of a tournament. And Suge ain't trying to be that first guy because we already know amongst his cohort, you know, everyone likes to give Suge the elbow. They like to, you know, throw a little salt on his name, you know, from time to time. And he ain't trying to go back to that green room and have everybody on his helmet like that. Hell no, man. Yeah, I got Suge, man, 2-1.
Me too. Suge 2-1, but I do think Jay will be good enough to where you say, okay, we see the potential, and we see that he belongs, and it won't be a big like leap or stretch to give him another plate this magnitude. So that's important.
Totally agree with that.
I love the match, but Suge is the gatekeeper for a reason, so you have to snatch it, and it's a career-defining battle. You can actually pinpoint at this point in history because there's enough data and there's enough people that have battled Suge. The people that have gotten past Suge with a good performance or a win, you see their careers move on. The people that have kind of halted or stopped by Suge, you see a real big slowdown in their momentum. So I think Jay needs to realize this is a battle that's going to let me know if I'm really going to catapult or not. I may be the people's champ. The app may love me, but I got to show up in front of elite names, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, another battle going down this weekend, and I know you love this one, Ledge, because Vlad loves this one. The people love this one. Let me get it together. We got Mr. West versus Chilla Jones. Here we go. All right,
it's the one.
I got it up here. Here we go.
It's the one. This is the one, man.
Chilla 12-0 says the chat. What is happening? Jerry Fire. Yeah. Chilla 2-1.
2-1 clear says Terry.
Chilla said
easy 30 says Project Rico. Damn.
Yo, the chat's let's throw to the chat before we throw to the Ledge because they're going crazy. Yeah. Chilla 12-0. Chilla 2-1 possible 3-0. Chilla with the Gent 30.
All right, Jerry 2-1 says
finally. Audio NyQuil 2-1.
Man.
Oh, brother. Who is this guy?
Yes.
This guy
The
stinks.
disrespect, man. Oh, brother. Jerry 2. Okay, Jerry 2-1. Jerry West 2-1 or 3-0 says hardcore flavor.
Yo, level scale says
Y'all
underwhelming
sleeping
battle
on Jerry
already.
some
It
DC,
hasn't
man.
even happened. What's wrong with what is happening in here?
Ledge, do you agree with me? Chilla Jones has not been boring this year in the battles that he's had on URL. Like he
hasn't been boring in years.
It up.
He hasn't been boring in years.
Yeah. Like
Y'all stop.
what does he need to do? Backflips on stage? Like, do you want him to randomly start doing the snake? Like, does he have to pull a hammer out on the stage? Like, what does he have to do?
Yeah, that's
Damn.
such an old narrative that people still run
Thank
with.
you.
Like he's been leveled up with his aggression and performance and just the way he delivers his material. So I don't get that.
Oh,
but
Mr. J Black saying here,
matchup
shake
is
my
fair.
hand, sir. Says 2-1 Chilla clear.
What I say.
That's an
Y'all
update.
need to stop sleeping and put respect on Chilla's name. Y'all act like y'all didn't watch that battle versus Geechee. Y'all might be in y'all feelings, but he got that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think something that like it's Black is in here. Salute to him. I do say, to be honest, if we did champion of the year this year, wink, wink, for 2020, I would. And if he has another stellar performance, Chilla might be in the lead for this year. If you look at his performances versus Twerk, Geechee, and he got another one that's going to just hit home. I feel like that's going to put him up there with anybody that you name, because it's been quality all 3 rounds, every battle. And yeah, since he's came back, and I know people think it started with Rum, but it actually started with Steams. He got Steams up out of here on some like on.
I was in the building for that one, Ledge. It was bad.
It was ugly, wasn't it? So like he been laid the marker down that he ain't here to play. And Jerry West is fired. Don't get me wrong, but since he took that leap after the Glue Easy battle versus Rum and John, you kind of see some of the next level steps he needs to take in order to really make it a fight and really get his name solidified. Like you see that there's a couple of levels to extend to, and he might do it this battle. You never know, but I'm gonna trust Chilla with this one. I feel like he on the mission, man. He's trying to prove something.
Yeah, man. And I know Brooklyn is going to hate me because I'm supposed to be Brooklyn biased and all that, and I usually am. But I'd be a sucker if I didn't put respect on Chilla Jones' name. He just knows how to pick you apart too well. You know, he's a tactician when it comes to this. We all know his pen is lethal, but now he's getting a little bit more fun, a little bit more creative. And Jerry West is a creative dude. I feel like having a crowd there helps him out a lot too, you know, when you have those reactions going on and everything. And Chilla is just on a roll right now, man. Everything he's writing is hitting, you know, except for that second round versus Geechee. Geechee got him up out of there with that second round, but other than that,
Geechee got that. That's the one he got.
He got that one clearly.
I'm in the minority. I'm in the minority. I have Geechee winning that battle, but I'm in the minority.
You and Nico over here, man. These two guys.
Get that hate out your heart. Get that hate out your heart.
Like,
he was talking crazy about active, so now he's doubling back and giving Geechee the battle, right?
This some bullshit. Anyway, but no, I agree with you though, Ledge, and I don't think enough people are talking about it. I definitely am giving Chilla Jones a definitely big up for champion of the year if we do one, because after Saga dropped the ball twice, he's definitely out of the contention. Because he was definitely my number one after the B-Dot battle. But we all know what's been going on with that. We ain't got to revisit it. Now we got to really talk about Chilla Jones, and people got to start putting some respect on his name, and especially if he do good and he get Jerry the fuck up out of here. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on. Stop. Get that hate out your heart.
You know, Sterilized 3 is coming, so I would love to see B-Dot and Chilla on the roof.
That'd be fine.
I like how we all just said,
So fire.
Audience, before we go to our next topic, B-Dot and Chilla on the roof. Is that a campaign you guys are selling or buying, I should say?
Yeah, I'm curious to see who the chat got winning that.
Roof Madness. Ooh.
We need more rooftop battles.
Jerry 2-1 says Black Harris. Yes, they want to see B-Dot and Chilla. Chilla 2-1 says 3-6 dub. Chilla 2-1 over B-Dot? All right. I like that, says Chill Will.
I like that
Who-
too.
Fire, Project Rico.
Who would be the favorite going into that matchup?
That's a tough one, man.
Because they both been having great 2020s. If you think about it, they both have been doing good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna go for,
The B-Dot been looking like the rooftop guy.
Yeah, I need beat out of battle again because his momentum has been slowing down. And after that Saga battle, it looked like he was ready to skyrocket, and he needs a match ASAP. It's been 2 months already.
I mean,
well, he
not to
had
put
one
any.
with Sister Outspoken. That was dope. But yeah, that was still a while ago. I agree. You're right.
I mean, that was a friendly though, to raise the vibration of the community.
It
I put on my kente cloth for that joint. You know what I'm saying? I got my shea butter and all that for that battle. You know what I mean? But
why does every guy versus girl battle always have to be so negative? You's a bitch, you a hoe.
No, you don't need that. You don't need that, but
like, come on.
Hey, listen, Vlad, this is on CC's list of BOTY. Let her rock, man. All
right. Listen, man. I'm gonna give it to the queen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, let's throw this one to the chat because they have a field day with this guy always, and it's just relentless. They get Rum Nitty and Drugs is going down this weekend. Chat, we already know how you feel, but let us know how you feel again.
Oh man.
Rum 30 says Ty.
Oh, here we go.
Rum Nitty 6-0 says Talia.
Here comes the disrespect. I mean, I get it, but it's just, come on.
I like drugs, but bruh.
We got to offer drugs around. Like, Rum Nitty's not bulletproof.
Drugs might get the coin toss, says Donovan. Oh, yikes.
Yeah, when is
Rum body bag and a body bag, says Tevin. Nitty 5,000 and come on, ref. You're supposed to be better than that, ref.
Everybody know I'm Nitty committee all the time. I'm Rum Nitty Nation, but like, I can give drugs around.
I'm weak as hell.
When last time Rum 30 someone? It's been a minute.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, like clear, or you're just like,
right?
You can argue it because I can argue he 30 Jerry, but if you're saying like clear, it has been a while.
Yeah, drug stock's gonna rise though. That is true, man. He did kind of 30 Jerry West there, man. Pretty easily too, bro. Like it was.
Oh no.
Hey, look, you can squeeze Jerry the third. He definitely didn't quit, so I'm not gonna be mad if you say he got the third. He didn't quit.
Oh, we giving participation awards now. I see.
Hey, Ryda. Hey, y'all.
Hey, boo boo.
What's the vibes?
Yeah, y'all got
went
light
and clearly beat official. Hey man, chat popping.
Yeah, you got it popping in the chat. We here because
hell yeah! As soon as you came through, all of a sudden roses and rockets and whatnot, man.
Y'all say a few names I'm familiar with. Shout out to Flavor, shout out to Ref, man. Shout out to everybody. So yeah.
I think Rum's gonna come with some of the craziest drugs flips we've ever heard, man. And I'm here for it, bro. I got the popcorn ready, and I think that's part of the allure of Rum Nitty. You see who he's gonna be battling. You check out the name. You check out their resume, what they've done, and you start to think of bars that he might say. You start to think of where he's gonna go with this, and like,
hey, I hit Ryda with a Caltech. Jack get a shell next. Then I make you an offer drugs once you see this 12 step.
Oh my God.
And shout outs to Taya _dad. He asked who his drugs beat, and I'm gonna answer this question as politically correct as I can. According to the app, he's beaten no one.
Oh, we ain't doing that. Who do you think he beat?
I answered the question.
Saturday is just 3 battles. Tevin, we hear.
I think it depends on who you ask, because we talked about this on this show.
Taya said drugs beat Keith Sweat. Nobody.
Oh man.
Who gonna love you like me? Nobody.
Who gonna treat you like me?
Nobody.
Y'all are a mess, dog.
Nobody.
Put some respect on drugs' name, man.
Q says drugs be arts. Not gonna lie. Don't you and drugs live in the same community?
Oh, that's a double. That was a double. I see what you did there.
How's drugs getting these guys? Y'all stupid. Yes, we are, man.
I'm too advanced for the fans, and it hurts.
Yeah, overheads like projectors.
I'm playing, y'all. But not Q. I respect that. I definitely respect that opinion. I'm not mad at saying drugs beat Arsenal. I don't think he did, but he definitely put up enough of a fight to make the argument.
And Drugs' last battle versus Riggs, even though I have him losing, it doesn't mean he didn't do good. I just think Riggs
did phenomenal. He did phenomenal against Riggs. That was a fire battle.
Yeah, he did a good job versus Riggs. And I know Riggs ain't nitty, because I know somebody gonna say that Riggs ain't nitty though. I get it.
But who is? Nobody is. He's an alien. He's one.
Nobody.
I don't ever
Who is battling like rum?
Nobody. Nobody, baby.
Yes.
Wow.
It's early, man.
You know you want
to turn up, player. I know you had your smoothie this morning. Which one you had, Ledge?
Oh yeah. You know, I had the Fruity Pebbles joints, and you know, little mega tea bomb called Fishbowl. You know, I'm getting it in there.
I hear that, player. Okay.
Hey man, if you lose 20 pounds, man, I'm trying to lose 30 now. So I'm trying to keep it going.
Fruity Pebbles is undervalued, says Ryda. I hear that. I just hate the end of it when it's like you scoop the last little bit of Fruity Pebbles left. It's like, come on, like, what am I gonna do with this?
That pink
yeah,
milk.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're contentious on rum and drugs. I think I get the temperature there, but this one is a hot one, Ledge, and I really want to hear your take about it because we've first let me ask you: have you been leading your content with Mike P all week? Because we sure have.
not at all.
No, we didn't.
Not at all. Y'all know me, man. Like I don't really get into those particular.
I mean, but you can always spin it and make it clean. You can always spin it and make it clean. You know?
Hey, that's why I listen to y'all. Y'all gotta teach me how to do that, man. Y'all gotta teach me how to like talk about messy shit but still make it innocent. I don't know how to do that yet, man.
Let's like either I'm going 0 or 100, man.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, man.
He's in a position.
Yeah, like I mean, like I'm mild mannered, but don't forget I am from Detroit. Like,
if
I'm gonna talk about it, if I start doing that, it'll get wild out here. Like I have.
Cece over here, Cece repping Bright Mo. She's all turned up now. Now you know what I mean. You over here.
But no, I didn't lead with it. But I guess I've definitely been keeping my eye on it and seeing.
Listen, man, we done made Mike PR LeBron and we turned to Fox. We talked about him every day.
Oh, okay.
All right,
y'all like first take with the Cowboys.
I ain't skip. I'm not taking that one.
I mean, Ledge, the man did say he's gonna make sure that caffeine makes sure that when he battles, no one is in the room because stuffing 20 people in a room will sway the audience in the vote. He's gonna make sure that caffeine, not Smack, Chico, or Beasley, the good folks up there, you know what I mean? Like, come on, brother. What do you think about that statement?
Let me just get the journalism right on that. I'll give you the verbatim quote from Mike. He says, "This is why I don't want crowds. I'm going to make sure caffeine does not have crowds when it's me rapping. Stuffing 20 people in there sways what you like." So first, Ledge, give us your thoughts on that quote by Mike P. and how can Mike P beat Bill Collector?
First of all, I think that's a bit unnecessary. Secondly, does he have that type of pull? Like, I don't even I know he got a deal with them, but damn, like, what type of deal? Like, who? Like,
he got a better deal than Smack.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what
you ain't got the juice like that.
I know you got the complexion for the protection, but you ain't just gonna be putting on them Doc Martens and kicking down that door
that was crazy, Vlad.
That was wild.
That was crazy.
Wild. Vlad a wild boy.
Listen, man.
Vlad a wild boy.
I got a newborn in the house. I got sleep deprivation. I ain't got no time for the BS, man. We just gonna keep it real right now. Having a kid will make you keep it real. I ain't got time for all this.
That was left field. I did not expect you to say that. Damn, Vlad.
Hey, what is it? Expect the worst, but expect the best.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I'm chilling with us.
Yeah, there we go. But no, I think in order to beat Bill, he's probably gonna have to do some counter writing because he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. Mm-hmm. He better address it in a way that he's still. Yeah, that's a pause. I see it. but he knows what's about to go down. So if he thinks that Bill is going to talk about that situation, whether it be first round, second round, he got to come straight out and attack that. Flip it. Hey, we seen Top. He got hit with one of the craziest angles on Caffeine, man.
Come on, bro.
Like,
Listen,
and still won.
And
we
still
actually
won.
got to see
Still
his baby
beat
moms
Arsenal, even though he
performing
came out
on the mic. Like, this is crazy. And you know, Mike, you better start counter-writing, because have you guys seen Bill's profile picture on Twitter?
Yeah,
Oh.
we know what that's about.
Wait,
I know what that's about.
I've seen that picture.
Real ones know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's looking crazy out there.
I haven't seen it. Let's get my live reaction of it.
It don't look that you're gonna be like, it's just a picture, but if you know
what the original
a picture says 1,000 words.
Yeah. It looks regular, but if you know, you know.
And this ain't the right timing for a picture like that to float on Twitter. Okay?
Yeah, so,
this ain't the right timing is everything. And this ain't the time.
He better do some counter writing. And I know this is an underrated aspect in battle rap, but defense is everything.
Yes.
Like, if Bill is up there cooking, you can't be looking salty. You can't be emotional. You can't be saying stuff when the round is over about, like,
You're pussy for that.
Yeah.
Homie. She was your friend. You're pussy.
Why do you sound like him though? I'm worried about that. That bothered me that you sounded like Mike just now.
I have a question for everybody.
You're pussy for that.
I have a question for everybody.
That's the homie too.
That's the homie. You're pussy.
Lord, y'all messy. No, I can't do it.
I'm trying to be serious.
Yo, Ledge, Thursday is on Fridays, man. Thursday is on Fridays.
Y'all are wilding. What's the question,
I got a question though. So, okay, let's say Bill does go there, right? How do you think the judges are going to respond to it?
Ooh.
Do you think the judges, like, especially Method Man, do you feel like he might be like, man, we've heard that already? Like, do you think if Bill tries to do that, is it going to play in his favor with the judges? That's what I was thinking.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
Because it comes down to the judges.
Yeah, I don't know what the judges will do with that. I mean, I feel like if he executed properly, they're going to have to give him points for that. If he executed the way Bill can execute, like the stuff he did versus Hitman, like we knew that was going to be a topic, but it was still fire. So if same thing applies here with Mike P. If he takes a certain subject and kind of recreates it and makes it new and makes it refreshing again, I still think he's going to get high scores off that. And plus, he's funny as hell and he can really rap. So that's always a good combination for material. So,
Ledger, I've spoken to you off the record. We haven't got a chance to talk about this battle in particular, but I talked to a lot of our media peers. Everybody actually is favoring Bill in this match. I see a lot of the fans as well favoring Bill. I feel like they love Bill's storyline. LB just passed. He's fighting redemption. He's battling on a heavy heart. While rest in peace, LB. While Bill right now is Mike right now is kind of fighting a bad PR response to an angle. And it's an overwhelming amount of people that has Bill winning. But a URL poll came out where Mike is still in the lead. So I'm very conflicted as to what kind of universe we're going to see, because I can see a world where Bill has another fire performance, Mike P gets a controversial win, and then everybody tries to put an asterisk on him advancing 2 rounds. I also see a world where Mike P focuses too much on this in response to it, and it falls flat, and the whole Caffeine chat is like, boo, 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 not enough. You know, like these are two outcomes that I can envision happening. So I've been very conflicted on all this.
That's a great point. You know what? But I think Twitter, a lot of these people who are voting on Twitter are probably not even tuned in all the way to the actual battles on Caffeine. They might just be blindly picking who they feel is like better. I feel like if it goes to the fan vote on Caffeine, I feel like Mike is done. I feel like Mike is done.
Word? Why's that?
Because all of the people that's watching, I feel like it's a connection between the people that's actually following the storyline and the people that actually watch these battles on Caffeine. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said with the Twitter voting, I don't know how many of those people are actually in tune with everything that's going on with the storyline and things like that. I feel like if it goes to Caffeine, a lot of people feel like Ryda got robbed. I feel like a lot of them might just vote against him just based on him not feeling, based on the people feeling like he don't deserve to be there in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a close battle, but he don't even deserve to be there. I'm giving it to Bill. Like people vote with emotion. Like everybody isn't.
That is a true stat. That's true.
Yeah, everybody not voting
fact.
with logic
Vote with
and breaking
emotion.
it. Yeah, people not breaking things down
This is
bar for bar like we are.
there's so many emotions of this where like you loving Bill's redemption and his strength and his perseverance, while you're kind of like, oh well, Mike, you just squeaked past the battle, and we already know when people squeak past battles, everybody kind of like puts that little eyeball like, can you do it again? Was that a fluke? Yeah. And so I just feel like this is actually one of Mike's toughest battles ever. But I will say one last thing before we go to our last topic for the day. We have 5 minutes left. I spoke to a URL staff who decided to stay anonymous. They believe if Mike P gets past Bill Collector, he's winning the entire tournament.
I don't think so. Because you still got Danny on the other side. Who should be. I seen y'all little stat with y'all. Mike is the favorite. Danny is the favorite. He should have been the favorite going in. He's still the favorite.
Oh.
And yeah.
Get that hate out your heart, friends.
Yeah.
Get out your heart.
It's all right. It's okay.
Rep says Danny.
Yeah.
We picked Danny this week.
Yeah. Danny beat Mike the first time. Danny beat Mike, in my opinion. First and third.
The first time.
He won the battle.
Now
he definitely lost that war, though. He won the battle, though. He won the battle.
So what you're saying is if Mike and Danny were judged the same way Ultimate Madness style, Danny would have advanced.
Yes, they would have gave him the first and third, and that's what I'm saying. So winning the war is
so then the same
cool.
applies for Mike P. So he's not robbed. Then he didn't rob Ryda, right? Isn't that the same situation?
Oh, I had Mike winning the battle.
You had Mike winning.
Yeah. I had Mike winning. So
yeah,
I'm very consistent. Like I got him winning. I got him winning the first and the third actually. So
versus Ryda?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Tata says Danny shouldn't even be in this tournament. Listen, Tata, if Danny wins his $25K, he's officially a net profit with URL after his initial $12K investment. So
that would be $2,500 to each kid, man. Danny, go get that bread, player.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs that bread.
All right, we're gonna close out with this last topic, Ledge. We got 4.5 minutes left. 4.5 minutes left. A match was announced yesterday. Loso versus Ryda was announced. We were already speculating, and us in media knew this battle's definitely going to get booked. These are the two guys that had the best performance in the losers bracket. Like, we don't want to see Loso and Steams. We don't want to see Ryda and Young Cannon. Like, just swap the opponents.
No.
And it's official now. Your take on it?
I think it's a dope matchup. I think mentally you got to go into these quote-unquote loser situations. You got to have a clear mind, and you got to erase what just happened. And you got to focus in. So it's just based on who's really prepping in this short amount of time and cares enough to put on a good show. I feel like Loso is an ultimate professional. Although when he loses, man, he's probably one of the, there's no disrespect, he's probably one of the top 5 sore losers in battle rap. Like,
sodium chloride, man. Little sodium chloride, brother.
Look, Ledge, everybody knows.
Little iodized on there, man. A little pink salt on there, brother.
Everybody knows Loso is a true friend of mine. That's my brother. But his tears does taste like candy, and they need to stop.
Oh yeah, man, that's a fact. Like, versus Briz, he was sore about that.
But that's understandable because that was actually his first time ever like looking that way, and they were just waiting for him to fail. This one is like. This one's like, no, none persevered. You need to let it go.
Yeah, people thought he lost against Trez. He blocked the whole unit. It's just, I don't know, but I think when it's time to lock in, he'll be focused. I think Ryda needs to take this momentum and go 0 to 100 again and just dumb out. Now, will he have a? Now, my thing is, he said he feels more comfortable angling now than punching. Like, he's established that, but angles are, to me, it's cool if you really got something to share. Like with the Mike P situation. Like, if you just are trying to make up angles, it's gonna feel forced. So I'm just curious to see what style he's gonna bring to this battle. I'm gonna go with Loso 2-1. I just trust him in this situation to lock in and things like that. I feel like Ryda's been dealing with too much other stuff. I don't know how much zeroed in he is for this. So I'm gonna go with Loso.
You saying that makes me think of 2 quick questions I want to ask you, and the chat can answer this as well. I'll ask you. Loso being a sore loser is because some of these battles, I feel like he does get over criticized. You look at his entire career, he's more net positive than negative, right? You think he's graded or curved a little differently the way he's viewed? Like they have him to a higher standard? And the chat, you can answer this as well. Is Loso evaluated differently than others?
I don't think by the fans, but I do think by his – actually, I think more so by his peers because of the whole him trying to just leapfrog the PG stage and get those early looks and get big plays. None brought it up in a clip before they battled. Actually, I don't know how many people seen that. It was like a little clip talking about how you just kind of ease your way into the situation with URL getting Scotty on a gnome, called the PG, but it was a gnome. It was on a gnome stage, and it was pretty damn near almost packed from what I could see and what I heard when he was battling Scotty. So, a lot of people got some resentment, especially like the actual PGs from URL, like that class and these other. They got some resentment for that.
He skipped the line for sure. So I can see where there's a lot of people looking at him and they're waiting for him to fall. And I think he needs to take that and just realize, you know what, if there's going to be a chip on my shoulder, this is the cost of being great. Like, you think when James Harden goes 3 for 12 from the three-point line, we're not going ham on him for a reason? It's because he's James Harden. So that has to be a testament to who he is. And the second question I was going to ask you, what angle do you think Ryda can use in this battle? And the chat, you guys can answer that too. What do you think Ryda has an angle for Loso?
I don't.
That we ain't heard.
Unless his girl's in his contacts.
Jersey. We jumped Jersey in that one. I don't see any angles. I think he's going to be because it's a quick turnaround. I feel like he's just going to be more punch heavy and keep it safe. And a lot of guy flips.
Q had a really good comment here. He said they both lost. Bring that energy and bring your bars.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I think they both gonna have the energy there. The bars is gonna be subjective, of course, but yeah, I think he's gonna punch. I don't think he's gonna angle in this battle. I think he saved that whole little episode for Mike P.
Sold his soul.
Gonna be the one. Yeah. So. I got soul, man. I got Loso 2-1 clear.
In the words of JB, he sold his soul and still lost. Ledge, man, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you on, brother.
Ledge, before you bounce, man, let everyone know where they can check out the top tier podcast as well as the number 3 podcast in Detroit, the RIP Rant in Peace podcast.
Oh man, Vlad,
let everyone know where they can check you out. But come on, dog, you know I'm in tune.
My God, yeah. I was blessed to be ranked number 3 podcast with the Rant in Peace podcast. 9 battle rap, just talking about what's going on in the city, in my community. Also talking about things.
And in the bedroom, I heard that episode play. Y'all was getting crazy. Yeah, by the bonfire. Yeah, y'all was getting crazy.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It was wild times. It was my birthday weekend, so we was having fun.
I can tell.
Go crazy. Go stupid. Let's go.
We talk about that type of stuff on there too, man. And like I said, I would love to have you. All right, stop, Vlad. You gotta chill. All right, but yeah. So that's Rant in Peace podcast on all your streaming services. Top tier podcast on all your streaming services. And yeah, man, I got like interviews going on coming up. Kid Chaos interview should be going down tonight. I'm probably pre-record it and drop it tonight. So check it out on YouTube and follow me on Twitter at Pod Tier.
30 seconds. One vet for Kid Chaos. Give me one name.
Chilla.
Love it. Everybody in the chat, thanks for tuning in as always. Vlad, let them know where we will be every single day and the podcast exclusive.
Monday through Thursday, we are here live on Caffeine, 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon. And the same day, we will be dropping this episode on all podcast streaming platforms. And we will have an extra exclusive Too Mean to Stream segment that you can only get on the podcast. So go and subscribe on Apple, Google, everywhere. And we will be having the video clips up on YouTube. So stay locked in, subscribe, share, comment, like. It costs you nothing. You know what I'm saying? To show some love, man. So we appreciate every one of y'all rocking with us this week. France, the first week is in the books. I can't wait till Monday, man. I can't wait till after the weekend and all the dust is settled and we're right back here 10:30 a.m. We will see you guys live.
And like you mentioned, on all streaming platforms and YouTube as well.
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
have a good Thursday.
Yes.
All right, Ledge, we are off air.
We're officially off air.
All right,
Yes, we are.
that's a great job, brother. You